Now taking a look at the second half of Matchday 7 in the Champions League, we're going to be seeing David Luiz returning to Stamford Bridge when he plays Chelsea for Pafos. Also Barcelona, who are 15th in the table, have won only one of their last 5 away matches in the competition. They're going to be up against Slavia Prague. Also Liverpool are going to be playing up against Marseille in France. Mo Salah was named into the travelling squad for their trip to south of France ahead of today's game. Now, though he flew in directly from Africa, from AFCON, after Egypt came 4th in the competition, and head coach Arne Slot has dropped a strong hint that the Egyptian forward could start after the match. Take a listen.
Then with Mo, I'm really happy and pleased that he's back, because in his absence, I think we've done quite okay in terms of hardly conceding any chance. We start to create more and more, and if you start to create more and more, it's really helpful to have a player like Mo Salah, because if there's ever been a player, I think there was one who scored more for this club, but that can score goals and that I can still play. I don't think I can play in rush still. Then it's really helpful to have him back, because we would never know, but the amount of chances, the amount of ball possession against Burnley with Mo on the pitch would usually mean that we would have scored more. So yeah, that's why I'm really happy that he's back.
Before we get into the storylines to watch for this match day, Geoff, do you think that tension between Arne Slot and Mo Salah has kind of eased since he's been at AFCON?
1,000,000%. Just by looking at his demeanour, his body language, and in fact he doubled down on it, Hannah, because when a journalist asked him, you know, basically, is it all resolved? I think he went back a second time. Arne Slot said, let's see the lineup if you still think there is an issue.
Okay.
So that, to me, says they've spoken, they've cleared the air. Mo Salah's going straight in the starting 11.
Are you saying absence makes a slot grow fonder?
Hey!
That was a good one.
That was a Geoff one. That was a Geoff one.
I think they're having a momance.
He's always got to go in with another one, with a dad joke.
Love that.
OK, let's get into our storylines to watch for today, though. Tom, give us your one.
Well, we might have answered it there, but it's how will Mo Salah be reintegrated with Liverpool against Marseille? It sounds like he's going to be starting. Will this change the fortunes of Liverpool of late? I'm not sure. It was funny that Arne Slot, I don't think he necessarily meant anything by it. Maybe it was a Freudian slip. He goes, yeah, without Mo, we've defended really well. It's just like, okay, was that part of your own frustrations? And by the way, they've scored a total of 3 goals in their last 4 Premier League games. 1 at home against Burnley, 2 on the road against Fulham, shut out home against Leeds at Arsenal. He was saying something to the effect of they're playing well. They're not. Salah doesn't fix all of their issues. It's just another kind of sideshow here, another thing, the big storyline to talk about, because he's such a legend, he's such a world-class player. But Mo Salah coming back in this team is not going to solve everything. Hopefully it'll be a little bit of a boost. Hopefully that can just be one thing that he doesn't have to talk about if he starts, if he plays well. But the pressure is going to continue to stay on Arne Slot, particularly with these results, particularly not being able to beat Burnley at home, particularly with Xabi Alonso now out of a job. He was Liverpool's first choice before they named Arne Slot the manager. So that's looming over his shoulder. We'll see what happens with Mo Salah today. But good, bad, or indifferent, there's still a lot to go for Liverpool.
What do Liverpool need to do better than that Mo Salah can't contribute to?
They don't have natural width. Defend, like, that's been the biggest issue with the way that this squad has been built. Yes, there's a ton of talent. I overlooked that there's no natural width. And it's a reluctance to Arne Slot to fix that issue. Salah is not fixing that issue. He's an inside forward. That's how he plays. He's one of the best at this role. He shouldn't be at like a boots on the line type of winger. But if this is the case and you don't have the natural wingers, 3 at the back, and the wing backs need to get forward and give the width. Arne Slot has not adapted the team to that way, and it's just going to look constipated when they have the ball in attack, because everything is slow.
Natural winger in this team, Chiesa maybe?
No, because he's been playing through the center.
Yeah, is it no natural
like
wingers?
Frimpong, but he's more of a wing. Like that's
wing back, yeah.
I understand Slot. Like they won the title last year playing the way that they play, and Luis Diaz was really the only natural winger, and even that he's a right-footed player, so he wants to play inverted, but. At this point of the season, and maybe they don't think that they have the center backs to do it, 3 at the back, and the width comes from the wing backs. And you get more out of Kirkesh, you get more out of Frimpong, and you let Salah be more in a natural spot. You let Gakpo be in a natural spot.
Well, they don't have a natural right back at the moment, do they?
So that's why Frimpong has to play wing back.
Yeah, so they don't have a right back, so that could solve the issue. But don't forget, last season, that Mo was given licence not to defend, and they got more out of by this same coach, and they got more out of him, more contribution. So that was great. But then, of course, teams work out. So we saw Mark Cucurella say after the win earlier this season, he said, yeah, we know what Mo does. We know he doesn't go back. That's why we targeted the right back.
So he's done that forever, and Trent Alexander-Arnold had been getting targeted forever. Like, there's a lot of things wrong in this team. It's not just one thing.
No.
But this isn't a new problem. And I don't even want to call it a problem, because you take this trade-off. Mo Salah's been the best player in the Premier League or thereabouts for what, however many years running at Liverpool right now? Like,
Has been.
Sure.
Is he still?
It's hard to say that at the moment, because how quickly things change in football. Again, we could talk about this every single week, but like, he didn't become a bad player. He might not be the best in the Premier League at his position. He's still really, really good.
Okay, then. Jeff, what's your storyline? I know it's relating to Stamford Bridge, like I mentioned, with Pafos going to Chelsea.
One of my favourite people in football, David Luiz, going back to Chelsea. He was such a character when he had his... I mean, unfortunately, his hair's not quite what it used to be.
He hasn't got Paddy the Baddie hair anymore.
Well, he was known as Sideshow Bob.
It's a little thinner now, isn't it?
Yeah, he's looking more like Bart, isn't he? So, look, he was a big part of Chelsea. He won, I think, 5 trophies, won the Premier League, won famously the Champions League with them, Europa League, FA Cups as well. But when he first arrived, he had such an innocence about him. I think it was Lampard and Terry, JT and Frank. They taught him various... He used to call everybody Geezer. All right, Geezer? How are you, Geezer? Because he thought that's how you should address people.
No way.
Yeah.
And Geezer is like saying, hey, dude, isn't it, like in America?
And he wasn't afraid to take the ball out. And, you know, he was quite a libero in his own way. Yeah. Gary Neville famously called him a PlayStation player, which he took in his stride. Now, don't forget, he had 2 spells at Chelsea, sandwiched around PSG. He has been back before, but he now goes back as an ex-Arsenal player. So I still think he'll get a great reception because he was so popular.
Well,
yeah. And he's an extremely likeable person as well. When he was in Paris, I think he had I'm right saying he had a futsal academy, which he did entirely for charitable reasons. Well, good guy, really good guy.
So much fun to watch. If you were a fan of his, if you weren't a fan of his, because probably you're going to get something of both. You're going to see him do something absolutely spectacular. You might see him make a spectacular mistake, but always, always, always box office. Another player that is always box office, and my storyline to watch, Victor Osimhen. Coming off that explosive, very controversial AFCON. He's back in the Galatasaray side, playing today most likely. He has scored 6 goals in 4 Champions League appearances. An incredible player, but you never know if he doesn't get a pass, if he's going to throw his hands up and walk off the pitch, or if he's going to use that as motivation to score a hat trick. Every single time he plays, it is box office. An incredible striker, has all the tools, Victor Osimhen. Incredible in the air, can run in behind, hold the ball up, finishing all types of finishes, but one of the most explosive personalities we've seen at the top level of sport in a long, long time. Again, pure box office.
Who have Galatasaray got tonight? Atlético.
At home. And in that cauldron, if you've ever, it should be on your bucket list if you are a football supporter to go. Yes, I got to be with.
Is it what they call hell?
Ultra Aslan. They call it Welcome to Hell. I got to spend the day with Ultra Aslan, which is their supporter group, over 1 million people. I spent the day with their Reis, the head of Ultra Aslan. Basically a mob boss. I got tea with him. I went to an Ultra Aslan funeral. I went to an Ultra Aslan wedding, all in one day, and walked with them into the match. There's thousands of men chanting, all of them in unison. Went into the match. I've never had an experience like that with a supporters group. So intense against Fenerbahce, the Intercontinental Derby. One of the greatest experiences I've ever had.
Tell me the sequence of the day. What was the order? Was it tea, funeral, wedding, football match?
Yes.
How do you do that in a day?
Tea with the Reis in the morning. I hung out with him and his drunk bodyguard, and then they were like, "You're gonna be with us today." Like the Reis fell in love with me. He was like, "You're one of us. You're gonna come with me." So I was like, "Where are we going? What are we doing?" He's like, "You're going to a funeral." I was like,
"What were you wearing? You didn't have your funeral gear with you?"
I was dressed decently. I had nice khakis, a nice shirt, and decent slacks. So I was like, "Am I good?" He's like, "You're with me. You're good." It was apparently one of the older leaders of Ultra Aslan, so it was packed. We drove into this cemetery, hundreds and hundreds of people, all in Galatasaray gear, to celebrate the life of this man. After that, we went to a wedding. It's like a full circle life thing. There's like children in the wedding. I saw these Ultra Aslan supporters get married, and then they took me to the match. I've never experienced
wedding
anything
from
like
12 to 5, football at 8.
Crazy.
Wow.
Never experienced anything like that.
What a story. Well, it'll be very interesting to see how Victor Osimhen does today.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie A, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount Plus.